Hello everybody and welcome to Sheboygan A's Baseball at Wildwood Park. My name is Mike Martin along with Matt Crowley. We'll be bringing you tonight's game versus the Greater Green Bay Blue Ribbons. This game counts in the NEW and Wisconsin State League. Starting pitchers for Sheboygan, we have Jared Rekleitis, and for Greater Green Bay, they have Alex Dannon going. The starting lineup for Greater Green Bay, managed by Anthony Sadi, is Tyler Bloom in center field, Jonah Landowski in right field, Bennett Frazier at third base, Jalen Andres is DHing tonight. Trent Van Ness, batting fifth, is in left field. Jeremy LaFoon is catching. He's batting in the sixth spot. Batting seventh is Jacob Lacey. He's a first baseman. Batting eighth and playing short, Griffin Summers. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Noah Robinson. Again, pitching for Greater Green Bay is Alex Dannon. Defensively for Sheboygan, they have Harry Stelt at first, Ross Christ at second, Jacob Neese is at third base, Joey Pettit is at shortstop. The outfield from left to right is Mark Warner, T.D. Walker, and Jacoby Andreas. Catching tonight for Sheboygan is Shane Ryan, and pitching Jared Rekleitis. First pitch by Rekleitis is up high. Jared made one appearance so far this year. It was the start. He went 6 innings. Did give up 9 hits and 5 runs. Did have 13 strikeouts with only 1 walk. It was a win. Jared pitched for UWM in the Horizon League, and if he wasn't at the top of the list, he was right up there in strikeouts. And he starts off the ball game with a strikeout. Bloom goes down swinging, and that brings up the right fielder, Jonah Landowski.
Right fielder, number 4, Jonah Landowski.
Landowski, a left-handed hitter. Umpires tonight, Bill DeGroot behind home plate. Had a nice discussion with Bill prior to coming into the park, and John Coons on the bases. We'll be seeing DeGroot this weekend. He's got at least one of the A's games. And we don't want to forget our weather report. Game time temperature was 81 degrees. Skies are clear, and the wind is light, blowing from right to left. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts for Rekleitis. This is a 9-inning game tonight. Next up is Bennett Frazier.
Third baseman, number 47, Bennett Frazier.
Elks Club tonight at the ballpark. We have a huge contingent of those people, and Plymouth Dirt Track Racing has their night also. Got a lot of race cars in the parking lot. Matt, did you get out there and take a look at those?
Yeah, I climbed in one. Let me tell you, they're not meant for tall people like me.
So I'd probably fit in it. There's a called strike 3, and Rekleitis strikes out the side. At the end of a half inning of play, Greater Green Bay nothing. Sheboygan coming to bat.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
I'm not usually...
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly...
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And...
Please be quiet.
Listen.
Let's go through the Sheboygan A's starting lineup. They have Ross Christ leading off. He's plays second base. Shane Ryan is batting second and catching. Harry Stout will bat third at first base. Jacob Neese is the number 4 hitter at third base. Mark Warner is out in left. He's hitting fifth. Dannon's first pitch to Christ is fouled off. Batting sixth is Jacoby Andreas. He's out in right tonight. Jim Jurgensen is the DH, batting seventh. Chidi Walker is in center field. He's batting eighth. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Joey Pettit. Breaking ball is just outside. Defensively for Greater Green Bay, Lacey is at first. Robinson's at second. Fraser is at third. And Summers is the shortstop. Van Assen left, Bloom in center, Landowski in right, LaFoon is the catcher, and Dannon is the pitcher. Fraser. Down goes Fraser. Ball gets away from the catcher as Chris trots down to first base. He's on with a walk. Hey, it's always nice to have the other team walk our leadoff hitter. 7:30 game, 9 innings. If we're lucky, the game will be done at 10. Hey, Bill, what was the start time tonight? 3 minutes. Oh, man, that was better than the North game the other night. They started 4 minutes late. We're looking for less than 2.5 hours, right, guys? That's not going to happen in a 9-inning game. Hey, there you go. Breaking pitch in for a strike. That makes the count 1-1. There's nobody out. We're in the bottom of the first. No score. Ross Christ on at first. Just last week, Sheboygan played Greater Green Bay up in Green Bay, and it was a game of the ages. Unfortunately, the A's lost in 11 innings, 12-11. They had the lead twice, once in the bottom of the 9th and once in the bottom of the 11th, only to lose the lead and then lose the game in the 11th. So Sheboygan looking for a bit of payback tonight. John Coons comes over, wants to check the baseball. I think the attendance is going to be over 200 tonight. But there's room for you if you're watching at home. Swing and a miss by Shane Ryan, and he's down on strikes. Brings up Harry Stelt. It's hammer time. The wind is blowing out gently towards left and left center. So any fly balls in that direction will get a little bit of a boost. Be interesting to see if Ross is going to try and steal a base. First pitch is in the dirt, ball one. Boy, after such a hot, blistering day at this time, it's just wonderful out. Beautiful day for a ball game. Went from the upper 80s, low 90s today. Right now it's in the low 80s. Here he takes a breaking pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Another pitch, that one right down Main Street. Or like we say here in Sheboygan, Matt, right down 8th Street. That's the main drag in Sheboygan. Breaking pitch is fouled off. Two pitch. Just a little bit high. See if Christ is moving on this 3-2 pitch with 1 out. Moyer giving some signs over at first. There goes Christ, and it's ball 4. Sheboygan is managed by Tim Moyer. Assistant coach is Ken Neese. It's Jacob's dad. Jacob steps in. He's hitting a 208 on the year. Does have 4 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. He's hit with power. A great opportunity for an RBI or 2. Swing and a miss on a high pitch. Jacob has 14 RBIs. Only trails Harry Stelt with 16 for the team lead. Jacob not able to check his swing. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Coming into this ball game, Sheboygan is 6 wins and 7 losses overall. Jacob takes a call, strike 3. That brings up Mark Warner.
Left fielder number 16, Mark Warner.
Warner was not at any of the games this weekend. Missed his play out in left field. He's out there tonight, though. Pitch is just outside for ball 1. Christ is on second. Harry Stelt is over at first. There are 2 outs. Those 2 base runners reached on walks. Warner fouls it straight back. Good breaking pitch by Dannon. Has Warner swinging out in front. That makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is fouled down the right field line, and it drops foul. Warner a little late out of the box, but he could see the ball was going to go foul. The base runners, Christ and Harry Stout, couldn't tell, so they had to be on the move. See if Mark can straighten one out, get a run in. Anything to the outfield should score Ross Christ at second. Another foul out of play. No score. We're in the bottom of the first. And a swing and a miss. And that ends the first inning at the end of 1 full inning of play. No score.
I'm not usually. I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down! There you are.
You always
My
have...
back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things
Yes, yes, things.
are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And-
please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Leading off the top of the second for Green Bay.
Off for Green Bay, designated hitter number 34, Jaden Adrian.
Jaden Adrian's the DH. Adrian's sitting in the 4th spot tonight. First pitch is a ball. Count is even at 1-1. Reclitis with a nice breaking pitch. It's fouled back. Probably got away with one there. It looked like it was a little bit of a hanging breaking pitch, and Adrian's fouled it back. Another breaking ball that hung up. Have to pull that one down, get it lower in the strike zone. After 2 breaking balls, I'm looking fastball. What do you think, guys? Could have been a breaking ball, but it is a strikeout nonetheless. It's 4 straight strikeouts for Jared Reclitis.
Left fielder number 14, Trent Van Ness.
Trent Van Ness, the left fielder, is up next. This game is a little bit like the king in his court. Everybody go sit down. I'm just going to strike everybody out. All the outs in the game so far, all 7 of them have been strikeouts. Ball is popped up in foul territory. Ryan coming over, but it's out of play. Nice is at third. Pettit is at short. Christ is at second. Harry Stelt over at first. That's the infield. The battery is Reklitis pitching, Ryan catching. And a swing and a miss by Van Ness. And a fastball a little bit up in the zone, but Van Ness swung at it and he strikes out.
The catcher, number 10, Jeremy LaFoon.
With these two strikeouts that Jared has, he now leads the ball club with 21 strikeouts. Good fastball on the outside corner, low in the zone. Jeremy LaFoon, the catcher, is up. It's a fly ball, a little pop-up really on the infield. Chris measuring it, and he's got it. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning in the second. After 1.5, no score.
Leading off for the A's, the right fielder, number 39.
Leading off for Sheboygan is the number 6 hitter and right fielder, Jacoby Andreas. First pitch is outside. Jacoby's leading the ball club in hitting. He's hitting a robust .464. Has 2 doubles and a home run. Does have 10 runs batted in also. Good start for Jacoby. Sheboygan Falls native. 1-1 pitch coming up by Dannon. Rides up high. Dannon had trouble in the first inning, walked 2 hitters, but like Reklitis did in the first, struck out the side. Ball comes straight back. Which is outside. Makes the count 3-2. Which is a breaker, hit the short. Fielded on the run and throw across is in time. Very nice play by the shortstop Summers.
Designated hitter, number 32, Jimmy Jurgensen.
Brings up Jimmy Jurgensen. Jurgensen's a DH tonight. It's like a tag team between him and Harry, between first base and DH. Pitch is low. Pitch is called a strike, makes it count 2 balls and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the second. Pitch just misses Jurgensen. Looked like it was ready to hit him on the catcher. LaFoon asked DeGroot to appeal to his partner down at first to find out if Jurgensen swung. And John Coons, the umpire at first, said no. And that pitch is ball 4. Jurgensen draws the walk with 1 out. And that brings up T.D. Walker.
Center fielder, number 22, T.D. Walker.
So far on the season, Walker is hitting .243. Does have 9 hits. Has drawn 11 walks. Showing a good eye. Dannon having a little trouble finding the strike zone again. Good stop by LaFoon, keeping the runner Jurgensen on at first. TD on the year has got 1 double and 1 home run. We mentioned the 11 walks. That's a good thing. RBI count is a little bit down. Has gotten 5 so far. And a good rip at it, but popped it up. LaFoon calling and makes the one-handed grab just in front of home plate to retire Walker, and that brings up Joey Pettit, the shortstop.
Shortstop, number 25, Joey Pettit.
Pettit wears number 25. That's the number your announcer wore when he played with the A's. Joey's got small shoes to fill. He wasn't at that old timers game. He wasn't old enough for that game. He might have still been playing. No balls and 2 strikes to Pettit. Pitch in the dirt. Another nice stop by the catcher, Jeremy LaFoon. Jurgensen taking a short lead over at first. Breaking ball, pop foul, racing over, and over the fence, out of play. Foon was about as close as he was going to get, along with his partner, Jacoby Lacey, the first baseman. Make that Jacob Lacey. One-two pitch again. Line drive on one hop to Griffin Summers, and he can't pick it up. That's going to go as an E6. It's like it's Butterburger time, CJ.
Second baseman, number 31,
Ross Christ come to bat. It's an RBI situation. Ross has 6 RBIs so far this year. Hitting from the leadoff spot. Good rip at that, but missed. You might say, well, how can you complain about one guy having low RBIs and then Ross only has one more and he doesn't get called out for low RBIs? That's because he's hitting leadoff all the time, and his RBI possibilities are, limited. Not as frequent. No balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. At the end of 2 complete innings of play, no score.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy.
Getting ready to start the 3rd inning. Up here in the press box, we have CJ Skelton doing audio enhancements and announcements. I don't know if you can hear him in the background, but Bill Wagner's our field announcer. Ben Salutes is doing the social media thing up here with us, and Matt is waiting his turn. He'll be up for innings 4 and 5. We're going to change it up a little bit. He'll do 4, 5, and 7. I'll do the others. First pitch by Recklitis is a strike. Saw Jared's dad, Randy, out in the parking lot on the way in. Fastball gets by Shane Ryan. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. No score here at Wildwood Park. Breaking pitch is fouled off. Infield is deep at all 4 positions. The outfield is straight away. And that pitch is right down 8th Street for strike 3. And of the 7 outs Green Bay has made tonight, 6 of them have been strikeouts. Recklitis has been on his game. Brings up Griffin Summers. Griffin foul ticks that one right into the mitt of Shane Ryan. Griffin had a nice play at short to start the 2nd inning, and then had a little looping liner to him later in that 2nd inning and couldn't come up with it, picked up an error. And 3 quick pitches, and he is out of there. Noah Robinson is up next. Noah's at second base. Sporting number 12. First pitch is in there for strike one. I tell you, Jared Recollaitis is a strike thrower tonight. We mentioned about Jared's outing, and he'd gone 6 innings but gave up 9 hits. He was actually doing really well through 4 innings. They didn't get much off of him, and then in the 5th inning, the other team got 3 or 4 hits, and then they got a couple more hits in the 6th inning. And then Coach Moyer decided to take him out. And just like that, 1, 2, 3 again. Jacob Neese making a nice play at his third base position. We'll finish that thought on Jared after we come back from this half-inning break. Before we get started here in the bottom of the third, let me finish that thought on Jared. It was against Burlington. Sheboygan had won that game 8-5. We mentioned Jared went 6 innings. Of the 9 hits he gave up, 3 of them happened in the 4th inning, and another, 4 happened in the 5th inning. He had a quick 6th inning, but then Coach Moyer pulled him out in that 7-inning game. So he pitched pretty effectively for most of the game, and the hits that he gave up were, for the most part, singles. He ended that ball game with 13 strikeouts, like I mentioned before. So Jared mowing him down so far. Let's hope he can keep that up. The count on Shane Ryan, who was a strikeout victim in the first inning, is 0-2. Pitch rides up high. Dannon has basically been effectively wild. He has 3 walks so far in the ball game and 4 strikeouts. Sheboygan has not hit him very hard so far. Leadoff walk. Let's see if Sheboygan can get a run. Harry Stelt is up next. Harry drew a walk his first time. Harry's had a great start to his year. He's hitting .459. Has 1 double and 7 home runs. A good rip at that pitch. Came up empty. Leads the ball club with 16 RBIs. They're pitching the dirt. Good stop by Jeremy LaFoon. LaFoon getting a workout back there. Ryan taking his lead off of first. Here he again swings and misses. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield is pretty deep and straight away. The pitch is out of the strike zone, ball 2. Dannon wanted it called a strike. But what pitcher doesn't want his pitches called strikes? Pitch is out of the strike zone. It's 3-2. See if Ryan runs on the pitch. I don't know. We'll have to see what Coach Moyer's flashing some signs over there to see what happens. Nope. Here he fouls it back. Harry with a swing and a miss. That brings up Jacob Neese. Neese was a strikeout victim his first time. Almost had Ryan leaning, but he was able to get back. One out. We're in the 3rd inning. Another pitch in the dirt. Good eye shown by Jacob there. Jacob finished the top of the 3rd with a nice pickup and throw across the infield for the 3rd out. That pitch is in for a strike. Dannon had a little pop on that fastball. Breaking pitch is popped up. Fraser making the call and the catch on the outfield grass, and that's 2 outs. That'll break up Mark Warner.
Left fielder, number 16, Mark Warner.
Fastball in for a strike. No score. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. There's 2 outs. Shane Ryan's on at first. Warner with a wild swing on a pitch that was out of the strike zone. Kicks a little dirt. He's mad at himself for swinging at that pitch. Now the count is 0-2. He had a good battle. He wound up striking out in the 1st, but he battled pretty well with 2 strikes early on, just like he is now. Neither team with a hit. Then it's not a hit. Just like a fly ball on the infield is a hit, but it's not a hit. Pitches in the dirt. Gets by Warner, hustling down to first. He'll make it. We'll call that a strikeout and a wild pitch. Because there were 2 outs with a runner on base. If there was less than 2 outs with that runner on first base and he strikes out like that, then he is out. The runner on first can advance because he's already on base, but the batter is automatically out. But when there's 2 outs, then he's got a chance to run down to first like he did. Brings up Jacoby Andreas. Jacoby grounded out to short his first time up. Fly ball out to center field. Racing over and making the one-handed grab was Tyler Bloom, and that ends the top of the third. Don't go too far. When we come back, it'll be Matt Crowley on the mic. After 3, no score.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Welcome back here at Wildwood Park. I'm Matt Crawley. Leading off for Green Bay, Tyler Bloom. Bloom is 0 for 1. He was the first strikeout victim for Reclitis, and Reclitis is for the night. It's already thrown for 7 strikeouts. And Danon for Green Bay is had 6, so I guess you could say it's a battle of the pitchers to see who can have the most strikeouts. Bunt goes foul. Strike 1, counts 0-1 here. Top of the 4th, still no score. No hits are given in this game yet. And another bunt from Bloom, and that's strike 2. Probably won't be seeing another bunt here as he bunt on strike 2, and that goes foul. That is a strikeout, and checked his swing, but went a little bit too far for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. Another strikeout for Reclitis, make that number 8 for tonight. And now batting for Green Bay, Jonah Landowski. Jonah is also 0 for 1 on tonight with a strikeout. First ball is a ball. Counts 1-0 here with one out. Reclitis delivers a pitch and a high outside ball for ball number 2. I don't know, is that the most balls he's thrown so far this game? 2 balls, extremely impressive. That one bounces off the gloves of Ryan. It counts 3-0. Landowski in right field for tonight. That was a outside strike, surprising call to see. It looked like it was a ball 4, but no, it counts 3-1 here. And that will be ball 4. This is a first walk for Reclitis, and this is the first runner on base for Green Bay. And now batting for Green Bay is Bennett Fraser. Fraser is a shortstop. He's a third base, excuse me. He struck out from Reclitis in the first inning. Just watched it go by. That one goes behind Ryan. And looks like he was going to do a steal from second, but decided to turn back. So now Landowski's on second in scoring position. No runner has ever made farther than second base tonight. Counts 1-0 with one out. Lays down a bunt. He's going to throw the first. Gets it in time. And out number 2. Sacrifice bunt to get Landowski to third base. And he's only one more base away from getting a score. And now the designated hitter's up. Jaden Adrian's for, not Sheboygan, excuse me, for Green Bay. Here with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, excuse me. From Reklowski. That's an outside ball for Reklowski. Reklitis, excuse me. I didn't know why I said Reklowski. Reklitis. Yeah. Winds up and a swing and a miss from Adrian's. Counts even at 1-1. And 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Reklitis delivers it. And this one's fouled back. Counts 1-2. Runner on third. Landowski on third. And the flag is now not moving at all as it dropped. Now it's now 78 out as of right now. Reklitis winds up and here's the pitch. That one gets fouled back again. Counts still 1-2 here in the top of the 4th. Reklitis winds up and delivers a pitch. Outside ball. Counts even at 2-2. 2's all across the board. 2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 balls. 2 outs. Excuse me. Reklitis winds up, delivers and a swing and a miss. And that ends at top of the 4th. With a runner on third. Close call for Sheboygan. But we'll be right back as still tied 0-0. And Sheboygan will be up to bat next.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Little jam session from Too Cool here to lead off the bottom of the 4th. And leading off for Sheboygan, the bottom of the 4th is designated hitter Jimmy Jurgensen. Jurgensen is 0 for 0 with a walk. Definitely a lot more walks for Danon, excuse me, than Reklitis. First pitch is a strike. Counts 0-1. High ball. Counts even at 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one goes off the mask. Reklitis. I don't know why I said That one bounces off for strike number 2. Counts 1-2 for Jurgensen. Now Dannon winds up, delivers it, and this is sneaks past the pitcher, but right to second base. It gets him on the throw to first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And now batting for Sheboygan, T.D. Walker. And that was Robinson who scooped up the ground ball at second and make the throw to first to Jacob Lacey. Here comes the pitch, outside low pitch for ball number 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes the pitch, and this one's a hit into the first hit of the game by T.D. Walker. Just a single base hit. Just gets him to first, but more importantly, that is the first hit of the game. And now batting for Sheboygan, Joey Pettit. Pettit came in tonight hitting .231. Pettit, the last time he was up, he reached on an error that was right to the shortstop, Griffin Summers, excuse me. Couldn't make the play, which was a line drive right to him. Dropped it and runners advance. That was a swing and a miss for Pettit. Counts 0-2 now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Dannon gets set on the mound, and Walker is taking off, and he's going down, and he's safe. Nice throw from the catcher, LaFoon, but just not quite in time to make the play at second. And now T.D. Walker is in scoring position after the stolen base, and Pettit's count is 0-2 here. Just a nice ball into the outfield, and that won't happen as high breaking ball, and he strikes out swinging here with 2 outs of a runner in scoring position. And now batting for Sheboygan at the top of the lineup is Ross Christ. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Christ came into tonight with a batting average of 342. And that first pitch was a ball. Counts 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. T.D. Walker on second after a stolen base. And just an outside strike called. Counts even at 1-1. Walker has quite a bit of a lead off on second. Yeah, swing and a miss from Christ. Counts now 1-2 with a runner on. Walker. That's a low ball. Counts even at 2s. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th, still no score. And that was a called strike 3. And now Sheboygan will be back out on defense. And it will be the top of the 5th when we come back.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly...
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
In my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
every single time I.
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always
My
have.
back, my back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Welcome back here at Wildwood Park. Too Cool is jamming out here in the stadium.
Left fielder, number 14, Trent Van Ness.
And now leading off for Green Bay is Trent Van Ness. He's 0 for 1 for tonight. And another strikeout victim for Reclitus. And swing and a miss. Counts 0-1. Reclitus is having a heck of a game. As I say that, this one's popped up by Chris, and Chris comes up with the play. 1 out here, bottom of the 5th. And next inning, Mike will be taking over. I don't know if you said that. He'll be taking the 6th, and I'll be taking the 7th, and he'll be finishing out the game with the 8th and 9th inning. Now batting for Green Bay, the catcher, Jeremy LaFoon. At first pitch is a ball. Ball down low. Counts 1-0. Reclitus winds up and delivers it, and that was right down the pipe for strike 1. Main Street in Winning County. It's Main Street. That pitch falls straight back for strike number 2. Counts 1-2 here with 1 out. And Reclitus gets set up, and now winds out, delivers it. Yeah. Checked his swing. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reclitus is set on the mound. No runners on. And now here comes a pitch, and this one's popped up yet again. This is a shortstop. Pettit comes up with the play. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
First baseman, number 2, Jacob Lacey.
And now batting for Green Bay, the first baseman, Jacob Lacey. These innings have been going pretty quick. Just 1-2-3, a 1-2-3, and a 1-2-3. Haven't seen much action. Strike from Reclitus as CJ is more than willing to beat me up. Then another strike from Reclitus as the count is 0-2 with 2 outs here.
What are you picking on my guy for?
CJ, I'm just saying the facts.
Social distance, man.
And this pitch is fouled back. Count's still 0-2.
Messing with our team on this end of the press box.
Yeah. I don't see
Where's
it.
Ben when you need him?
Reclitus delivers the pitch, and this one's popped up and out of the park. Count's still 0-2. Lacey just hanging in there. Reclitus is already set and winds up and delivers it. And an inside strike to end off the top of the 5th. And Sheboygan will be back at it, up to bat, see if they can put some runs on the board. We'll be right back. Too cooling, still jamming out here in the ballpark as we come into the bottom of the fifth. And leading off for Sheboygan is Shane Ryan, the catcher. Ryan is 0 for 1 with a walk.
Leading off for the A's, the catcher, number 27, Shane Ryan.
And Dannon's still out there pitching. It's all pitchers game tonight. And outside ball. Outside pitch is a ball. Here comes the pitch. And Ryan pops that one up into the. Oh, it goes behind the left fielder. And gets past the second base, but Ryan is going to stay on second for a double. And the left fielder couldn't find the ball as it goes right over him.
What's the matter with these new lights?
First baseman, number 19, Jerry Stout.
And now crowd favorite, the home run leader for the club, Harry Stout, with 7 home runs this year. Ryan with a nice hit to get on double. And a breaking ball for strike number 1. Don't usually see Harry hit the first ball, or doesn't even swing, just lets it go right past him. Oh. Inside pitch for ball number 1. Counts even at 1-1. And Ryan has a low leadoff. Just outside pitch for ball number 2. Counts now 2-1 for Harry. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Harry gets a hold of that one. And that just barely misses a car. And high risk and high rewards. High risk versus and high rewards. As you park closer, you may get to walk less, but you have a greater chance of getting your car hit by a ball. Counts now full at 3-2 for Harry. And this one's ducked up to the shortstop, and that would be an error. That would be a hit for Harry to get on first. Still no outs. And now cleanup hitter Jacob Neese. Neese is 0 for 2 for tonight, and now the manager for Green Bay, Anthony Sawtile, is going to talk up to Dannon as he's let up 2 hits this inning, which may not seem a lot, But in this game, it really is, considering that only 3 hits has been in total for this game, all by Sheboygan. Now you have Shane Ryan on second and Harry Stout on first. You have a perfect opportunity for Sheboygan to score some runs here with no outs. You have one in scoring position. Dannon's still going to be up there. Now, low pitch for ball number 1. And now loses his glove. I didn't see what happened. Well, you'd rather have a catcher throw too hard than have a catcher that throws too soft. And here comes the pitch, and that was an inside pitch. And Neese spins his way out of the batter's box just to avoid the ball. 2-0's the count. Crowd very interactive tonight. Love to see it. And outside ball for ball number 3. And now, I think Dannon's glove is broken. Don't know how that would have happened. But
That's what happens when the catcher throws it back too hard, Matt.
I know, but my brother, he was a pitcher in high school, and he's a sable, so he would have his one glove on his hand, and then when he went to go pitch and throw the ball up in the air, smack his glove down and grab the ball and start throwing it. And he had a line drive right to him right after he's pitching. He caught the ball barehanded. One of the most impressive plays I've ever seen. And ball number 4 with bases loaded. First, Sheboygan, 0 outs. And now Mark Warner is up to bat for Sheboygan. Warner's 0 for 2, both strikeouts, but his last strikeout went behind LaFoon, and so he was able to get on first base. So now, anything that is hit, runners will have to go. That first pitch is strike number 1 for Warner, excuse me. And this one is hit. Is it going to get down? It's caught, but Sheboygan is going to score the first score in the game by Shane Ryan. And Sheboygan is on top 1-0. After 5 innings of play, we finally get our first score of the game. Harry Stell is on third base now. And now batting for Sheboygan, Jacoby Andreas. He's 0 for 2 for tonight. He hit the ball both times, though, so he has made contact. And pitch is called for a strike right on the outside. He's been calling those outside pitches, mostly strikes. If it's right on that line, he's calling them. And that pitch is a little high for ball number 1. Counts even at ones. Ones all across the board, actually. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. And now they're stealing. And now, why would you do that? That is catching 101. If you have a runner on first and a runner on second, you always never throw to second because that runner would steal home, and that's what happened. Harry Stout stole home to get run number 2 for Sheboygan. And now you have Jacob Neese on second after a stolen base that went over the shortstop head. That's a low outside ball to tie things up at 2-2 with 1 out here. Sheboygan's coming alive after getting bases loaded in this inning. And hit by pitch for Andreas. He's going to go to first. He took that one like a man, not even phased. He trots his way down to first. Now, Dannon seems like his night is up. Yeah, his night is up. Don't know who's going to be coming in for Green Bay. And we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be resuming play. We will be resuming play here. Pitching for Green Bay, number 42, Liam Jones. And now batting for Sheboygan, Jimmy Jurgensen. Should be an interesting combination, the better of the lefties. You have a runner in scoring position on second. And that one goes behind Buffoon. And both runners advance. So now you have two runners in scoring position. One on third and one on second. And I can't see who's on base for Sheboygan. I know one of them is Andreas. Nice is on third and Andreas is on second. Here comes a pitch. And whoa! And Jurgensen throws a bat to the first baseman. The bat goes farther than the ball. You don't see that every day at the ballpark. So counts even at 1-1 with one out here. One's all across the board. After a very interesting play that just happened from Jurgensen, throws his bat to first base. Here comes a pitch. That one is ticked foul. Counts 1-2 now. With only one out here in the bottom of the fifth, which has been probably the longest half inning that we've had tonight. Actually, it's not. It's actually the pitcher's fault for not getting the inning over really quick. So Jones is now the new pitcher, as I said. And here comes a pitch. And Jurgensen strikes out swinging. And now up for Sheboygan, T.D. Walker. Jones. So Alec Dannon went for 4 in the third inning, had 3 hits, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts, and no home runs given up. You have to weigh on the runs, as I do believe he's responsible for both runners on base. Jones already has a strikeout. Counts 1-0 here for Didi Walker. And just gets a tip of that one and goes foul. Counts even at 1-1. 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th. Reminder that the 6th inning, Mike will be doing that inning, as I will be doing the 7th, and he'll be taking over the last 2 innings, the 8th and the 9th. Now Jones winds up, and here comes the pitch. High outside pitch for ball 2. Counts 2-1 now. And Jones gets set up on the mound. Here comes a pitch. That looked like a strike, but pitch called low for ball number 3. We could possibly see another bases loaded for Sheboygan. They give him the green light, and they call that a strike for a full count. Looked like that one was lower than the previous ball. Well, sometimes they do. And that one gets a hit, and luckily that ball did not hit a car, but it's still on New Jersey Avenue somewhere. But that's where you're wondering where the Wildwood Ballpark is, actually located on New Jersey Avenue here in Sheboygan. Can't miss it. And this one is hit. And he drops it. And 1 run comes in. 2 runs comes in. So that would be 2 runs to add on for Alec Dannon as the second baseman. Noah Robinson couldn't hang on to the catch. And that'll be an E4. And Sheboygan extends their lead 4-0. And now adding for Sheboygan, Joey Pettit. That pitch goes, didn't see it, but it's called for ball number 1. We do have the final numbers for Alec Dannon. He went 4 and a third quarter, 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 error, 4 runners walked, 8 strikeouts. 5 batters walked, 8 strikeouts, and no home runs given up. Counts 2-0 now for Pettit. Another outside ball for ball number 3. The attendance for today's game is 315, all over your prediction of 200. I think, CJ, is that more than Bud Light Night? Roughly the same for Bud Light Night. And Jody Pettit gets walked. Now we're at the top of the lineup. Ross Chris, but now the manager for Green Bay. Anthony Sotile comes out, and now we're having another pitching change. And we're going to take it to another break as we let the new pitcher warm up. 4-0 Sheboygan.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
So new pitching change for Green Bay again.
Second baseman number 31.
And we'll get you his name just in a second. Oh, is Taylor Middow, number 25. Leading off for Sheboygan, continuing for Sheboygan at the top of the lineup is Ross Chris. And I do believe we have the numbers from Jones. We don't have it yet. Good breaking ball for strike number 1. We do have so Jones went a third of an inning, no hits, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. He's responsible for both runners on base. There's only 2 outs here. A little pitch for ball number 1 for Chris. Counts even at 1-1. 2 outs. Hey now. It's the pitcher's fault. It's not my fault. And that one was very inside. And Jurgensen thought it went behind the catcher, so he was going to take off, but nice, stylish stop from LaFoon to put Jurgensen back on second. Counts 2-1 now for Middow. Middow winds up, delivers it. Chris gets a hold of it, but that just goes foul. So it counts even at 2s. Twos all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And 2 runners on, as Mike stated. So 2s all across the boards, and not to mention that Ross Chris plays second base as well. So it's a 2s all around. And double steal. So the count's even at 3. Counts full at 3-2 with 2 outs here after just a double steal from Jurgensen, and do believe that is Pettit. And this one is flown out to left field, and it's called for out number 3 to end the inning. And I'll be back in the 7th, and Mike will be taking the 6th, 8th, and 9th. But Sheboygan takes the lead 4-0, and we'll be back at the top of the 6th.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only.
I'm not usually. I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my.
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I.
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have.
My back, my back.
We're going to start the sixth inning. Top of the sixth, Griffin Summers, the shortstop, is going to lead off. It was a big bottom of the fifth for Sheboygan. They scored 4 runs on 2 hits, a couple of walks, a hit by pitch, and an error. And that's all it took. Liam Jones, by the way, his numbers, he only went bunt laid down. Jacob Neese was reading the bunt, got a good break on it, but just couldn't get the throw over in time. Summers showing great speed. That's a base hit. That breaks up the no-hitter for Reclitus. Liam Jones went a third of an inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Taylor Meadow got the final out of the inning. We'll have to see how far he goes. Next up is Noah Robinson, the second baseman. His dropped pop-up out in short right was very costly. It allowed Sheboygan to score 2 more runs, doubled their lead. It was 2-0, and then with his drop, 2 more runs scored, making the score what it is right now, 4-0 Sheboygan. Jacob Neese is even with the bag at third. He read the bunt right away by Summers and charged in, but Summers just a little too quick, beat the throw across. Count is no balls and 2 strikes to Robinson. Robinson grounded to Neese back in the 3rd inning. Pitch goes inside for a ball, just missing Robinson's leg. I'll be doing this 6th inning. Matt's going to do a little more learning, and then he'll come back and show his stuff in the 7th inning. Fly ball out to left. Warner coming in hard. Dives. Can't get it. It gets by him. This is good. Look at Summers' run. He has got speed to burn. Throw is going to be late. And give the hitter Robinson a double and an RBI. And Summers streaks around the bases to score from first. Summers looks, as soon as he gets on base, any base, he's in scoring position. That makes the score 4-1. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. There's a case, guys, where it might have been better if Warner just played it on a hop and got it in. That brings up the center fielder, Tyler Bloom. Bloom is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. We're in the top of the 6th. Reclitus' pitch rides up high for ball 1. Neese is even with the bag at third. Short and second are back. Harry also charging on what looked to be a bunt attempt, but not attempting the bunt was Bloom, but the pitch was called a strike. So it's 1-1. Nobody out and a run in for Greater Green Bay. Fly ball out to deep center, but Walker's got it measured. The runner on second, Robinson not tagging. And that brings up Jacob Landowski. There's a name that'll roll off your tongue. Let's call him Jonah instead. But it's still Landowski. It's just a case of not being able to read my writing or the Greater Green Bay manager's writing. Otherwise, everything's cool down on this end of the press box. First pitch was a strike. And after 2 pitches, Landowski is down on the count. He was not very happy with that last strike call. But Reklitis with the big advantage now. Robinson on at second with an RBI double. I'll tell you what was really cool, and we were all oohing and eyeing up here in the press box, was on Robinson's double to watch Summers run around the bases. And he was on first when that happened too. Bouncing ball to Stelt at first. He's got it. Flips over to Reklitis for the out. On the play, Robinson moves to third. And that brings up Bennett Fraser. Bennett is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Check swing pop-up. Chris comes in and makes the easy catch. And after 5.5, Sheboygan leads it 4-1.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always
My
have...
back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And...
Please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Getting ready to start the bottom of the 6th. I didn't hear that, CJ, so we'll just ignore it. Shane Ryan is going to lead off. He started the rally in the 5th with a double. Shane is 1 for 2 with a walk. Scored in that 4-run 5th. Taylor Mado is the pitcher. He finished the 5th inning. Faced one batter, Ross Kristen, got him to fly out to left field. It'll be Ryan, Harry Stelt, and Jacob Neese. Pitch is inside. Greater Green Bay takes the nickname Blue Ribbons from a former Green Bay team. Back in the day, the Green Bay Blue Ribbons were an awesome team over the years. They won the state league several times. They were coached by Denny Rue. I can remember playing against those guys and umping their games. Green Bay Blue Ribbons, but now they're called the Greater Green Bay Blue Ribbons. That would have been some interesting information to get from Denny. You know, the history of our series against Green Bay teams over the years. Yeah. I know for a while it was the De Pere Dodgers, which took the place of the Green Bay name. Fly ball out to right. Ranging over is Landowski, and he's got it. That brings up Harry Stelt. See what we can find in this record book. Matter of fact, right on the cover, the chair for the Wisconsin State League of the Hall of Fame Committee is Denny Rue. Harry swings and fouls that first pitch off. I'm going to have to do this between innings. Harry is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled in the fifth and scored, and struck out in the third and walked in the first. Two balls and one strike. There is one out. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. Sheboygan on top, 4-1. Their first run scored on a sacrifice fly by Mark Warner. Their second run scored on a throwing error by the catcher. And runs 3 and 4 scored on a drop pop-up by the second baseman, Noah Robinson of Greater Green Bay. And that allowed the two runners on to score, and that made it 4-0 at the time. Green Bay came right back and put one on the board in the sixth, but we're in the bottom of the sixth now. Harry walks, and our score is 4-1 Sheboygan. Jacob Neese is up. Jacob is 0 for 2 with a walk. A little better audience participation tonight than we did the other day. CJ was playing all these audience participation songs and there was no participation. Tonight we have a lively crowd. Whoa, high and tight. Neese backs away from that pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's 1 out and 1 runner on. Harry Stelt. Pitch is just outside. Bill DeGroot, our home plate umpire. John Coons out on the bases. Those gentlemen doing a fine job here tonight. Coons. No, not the football player. Pitch in the dirt. like he needs the money. We're talking about John Coons, the umpire here tonight, versus John Coon, the former football player. Swing and a miss. Jacob with a healthy cut, but came up empty. And that makes the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Harry taking a short lead. Line drive, caught. And Robinson not able to get the ball out of his glove. Otherwise, he might have had a shot at Harry at first. But that didn't happen. That brings up Mark Warner. Warner got the scoring started, like I mentioned, back in the 5th with his sacrifice fly. That scored Shane Ryan. He's otherwise he's 0 for 2. Takes that first pitch for a ball. And those pitches popped up behind first base. Lacey racing over and couldn't quite make the play. Great effort by that first baseman, Jacob Lacey. Crawling back in is Mark Warner. So 1 ball and 1 strike is the count to him. Harry Stelz still on at first. Breaking pitch. It's a beauty. Swung on and missed. Crowd quiets down as they wait this 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Warner falls it straight back. Listen, listen. Must have been over the press box. Sometimes it hits the roof on a grandstand and then you hear a loud crash. Sometimes it lands on the roof of the press box with a thud. Pitch in the dirt, gets by the catcher. Harry is racing, putting on the afterburners and makes it all the way to third. LaFoon had it bounced by him, a wild pitch, and then he couldn't locate it, and Harry just kept running. Good hustle by Harry Stelz. Give Mado the wild pitch. And then an unfortunate set of circumstances for Greater Green Bay allowed Harry to advance all the way to third. Let's see if Warner can capitalize on that wild pitch. A way to battle up there, Mark. Don't go too far away after this half inning. Matt's going to be back and take it through the 7th inning. And then I'll be back for innings 8 and 9. Pitch is low. Makes the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting impatiently on deck is Jacoby Andreas. He wants to get up there and rip with runners on base. Another pitch fouled away. Warner making Taylor Mado work. Mado comes set. and delivers. Breaking pitch is again fouled off by Mark Warner. Maybe the best part about all of Mark's foul balls is most of them are staying in the park. Except for one. The one where we had no crash on the roof and no thud on the other roof. And a swing and a miss at a breaking pitch. And that ends the sixth inning. Through 6 complete. Sheboygan 4, Greater Green Bay 1. When we come back, Matt will take you through the 7th.
I'm not usually. I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my.
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I.
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have.
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Welcome back here at Wildwood Park as we just got done with our 50-50 with a grand pot total of $265.
Leading off for Green Bay, designated hitter number 34.
And now leading off for Green Bay is Jaden Adrians, the designated hitter. Adrians is 0 for 2 for 2 strikeouts. How many pitches did you say? 70? That was 76 for Reclitus. He winds up, now he delivers a pitch. Ball bounces back behind Shane Ryan. That pitch will be a ball 1. Here at top of the 7th, Sheboygan still holds a lead, 4-1. Pitch just outside for ball number 2. So now Reclitus facing a 2-1 count and then winds out. Now here comes the pitch, and this one's fouled back for strike number 2. Counts even at 2-2. Well, Reclitus gets out of the mound. Now here comes the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Reclitus. Let me tell you, Reclitus has been a strikeout machine tonight. He's had 12 strikeouts in this game so far. He can still have more to come with 2 more innings he's still yet to play. And now batting for Green Bay is Trent Van Ness, and another strike from Reclitus. Winds up, and here comes the pitch. This one's hit to Joey Pettit. And Crow hops and throws it to first. And it goes past Harry Stout. But E6 by Joey Pettit. First error for Sheboygan tonight. So now there's a runner on first. And now batting for Green Bay is the catcher, Jeremy LaFoon. LaFoon like in Zabumafu. Remember that show, Mike? Zabumafu with the Krat brothers. One of my favorite childhood shows. So we got an inside pitch for ball one. Arclitus still having a heck of a game. 12 strikeouts and possibly still more to come. And this one's ripped into right field. And Dreas is there to make the catch. Out number 2 for Green Bay. Now batting is the first baseman, Jacob Lacey. Lacey is 0 for 2 on the day, both 2 strikeouts. First one, he struck out swinging. The second one, he watched go by. And Recklai is still on the mound, and it comes a pitch. And this one's ripped into the gap between third and shortstop. Mark Warner is there to scoop it up and throw it to cutoff man to Pettit and back to Chris and then back to Recklaitis. So runners on first and second.
Shortstop number 18, Griffin Summers.
Now batting for Green Bay, shortstop Griffin Summers. Summers was the one who scored the run, coming from first and all the way around. Little speed demon. Recklaitis looks back at second, and here comes the pitch. Right down the pipe for strike number 1. Griffin is 1 for 2 on tonight's game. Recklaitis still looks back at second. Outside pitch for ball 1. It's now 71 degrees. It dropped. What was first pitch? 82, 81. Dropped a whole 10 degrees. No wind. Absolutely gorgeous night. Low inside pitch for ball number 2. Nice save by Shane Ryan. 2-1's the count here with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 9-inning ball game. Here comes the pitch. And pitch call for a strike. 2 is all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. See if Recklaitis can continue his number for strikeouts. And now it's a full count. Now, Summers represents the tying run. And runners will most likely move at first movement. And they're off. And just inside for ball 4. Now that leaves bases loaded. And now Tim Moyer, Sheboygan's manager, is going to come out talk to Recklaitis. Don't think he's going to pull him. Top of the 7th here of 9 innings, 2 outs for Green Bay. Sheboygan still leads at 4-1, but now batting is Noah Robinson, and he represents the lead run.
Second baseman number 12, Noah Robinson.
Noah is 1 for 2 of the RBI. He was the one who scored Summers in from 1 to home. First to home base. Reclitus is being very cautious. Throws one in for strike one. Breaking ball. Reclitus gets on the mound. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Delivers a pitch. Pitch just high and outside for ball one. Counts even at 1-1. I noticed that when Tim Moyer was going back to the dugout, he was waving, talking to Mark Warner out in left field. And this one's popped up into center. T.D. Walker makes a catch to end what could have been a very bad inning for Sheboygan, but they still hang on to the lead, 4-1, and we'll be back.
I'm not usually. I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my
I
life.
could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my.
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. Better not.
Every single time I.
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always
My
have.
back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the seventh. Leading off for Sheboygan, Jacoby Andreas. That's their lineup. I'm gonna use it as a napkin one of these times. Come on, Ben. This one's ripped into left field. And can't make the grab. Andreas is going to go for a second. Double for Andreas. Yeah, great start for Sheboygan. Now batting for Sheboygan, Jimmy Jurgensen. Designated hitter. Jurgensen's 0 for 2 with a walk on tonight's game. In tonight's game. Medao is still on the mound. And looks back at Andreas and delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss for Jurgensen. Strike one. Now just talk from Laffoon to the pitcher. I had a brain fart. Can't remember his name. Medao. I think. Taylor Medao. Laffoon to Medao. Just a quick pause in the action, and now we should be able to be getting back to it. Still no outs here, and bottom of the seventh, Sheboygan still holds a lead 4-1 with time to add more to that. Medao now sent him out, looks back at Andreas. Has small lead off the second, delivers a pitch. High breaking ball. for ball one. Counts even at 1-1. Dre's leading off second again. Jurgensen is the batter. Looks back at second. Medal. Jurgensen doing a little stutter step. Yeah, strike from Jurgensen on a swing and a miss. Strike two. And Dre is doing a little, some fancy footwork back there on second. Let's see if Jurgensen can hit one to reel in Andreas like Sunder lead. Medal looks back at second. Pitch just low and inside for ball two. Counts even at 2-2. No outs here in the bottom of the seventh. Dead calm. Absolutely no win. I think this is one of the few games that I haven't seen a home run be hit. Andreas still has the lead off the second. Medal delivers a pitch. And that's a pass ball. Andreas will head to third. Now Andreas on third has a chance to, very good chance to score now with no outs. Bottom of the seventh, counts full at 3-2 for Jurgensen, the designated hitter for tonight's game. As Mike said earlier in the game, it used to usually be between him and Harry for a designated hitter. Now, Medal steps off the mound. Now gets back on and gets set. Just a base hit will score in Andreas. That one gets fouled back for strike two, as it remains strike two. 3-2 is the count at full count. Still no outs here, bottom of the seventh. Sheboygan in great position to score more runs. And now here comes a pitch. This one's kind of golf swung. And it can't come up with it. And that'll be an E4. But with an RBI to score in Andreas. Sheboygan extends their lead to 5-1. And now we have a Chloe McClavic is pitch running for Jurgensen. And now batting for Sheboygan is TD Walker. The second baseman for Green Bay, Noah Robinson, couldn't come up with the ball. Would have been a very easy out. But instead it turns into air number 4. Air number 4 for Green Bay. And Walker is 1 for 3 on tonight's game. And Mike just told me that 2 of those errors have been from Robinson. So some very costly mistakes from Robinson turning out into this game. Low pitch for ball 1. Counts even at 1-1. Still no outs. Sheboygan scored 1 with Andreas. Hitting a nice double to start off the inning. Then advancing on a pass ball. And then, just as you just saw from Jimmy Jurgensen, air from Noah Robinson to make him get on base. That one gets ticked back for strike 2. Remember, after that's third. I don't know why they do that. Just excuse me. Now I'm no, tries to pick. Tries to pick Jurgensen off not in time. Now Dow steps up on the mound, skiing ready. Still no outs here. And D.D. Walker is the bat. Here comes the pitch. Low breaking ball for ball number 2. Counts even at 2-2. Excuse me, it's Middo. Now Mendoza is ready up on the mound and delivers a pitch. And ticked from T.D. Walker. Little outside, but still decided to swing at it as he lunged for it. Ticked it off, thankfully, for count still even at 2-2. Remember, after this inning, Mike will carry out the last 2 innings for this exciting game. Strikeout from T.D. Walker, and Jurgensen advances to second. McLovick, excuse me. Stolen base, that is. Now 1 out for Green Bay. Now batting is Joey Pettit. And now another pitching change. And I think this is a 4th one in today's game. And the mullet is flowing on him. You like to see that. And we'll be taking a short break as we let the pitcher warm up. Sheboygan 5, Greater Green Bay 1. So now, back here in the bottom of the 7th, 1 out, and Sheboygan leads at 5-1. And now pitching for Green Bay, number 9, Adam Gutchow. And now batting for Sheboygan, Joey Pettit. Pettit is 0 for 2 with the walk-on tonight. In tonight's game. Now Gutchow is set on the mound. There's a pitch. High pitch for ball 1. And I think CJ is going to be beating me up very soon. That one breaks down for ball 2. Just curious, how many pitchers are on Green Bay's roster? But some can pitch fast and accurate. That one is outside for ball 3. "13 pitchers for Green Bay." Yeah, they can go through all of them if they want to tonight. Gutchow is still on the mound. Yeah, here comes a pitch for his first strike of the game. Counts 3-1. Sheboygan 5, Green Bay 1, with Sheboygan having 4 hits, Green Bay having 3. But the major difference in this game is the errors. 4 by Green Bay and only 1 by Sheboygan. That one goes foul for a full count of 3-2. Out of those 5 runs for Sheboygan, 1 is actually earned. I do believe that would be Jacoby Andreas. And Gutchow delivers and a swing and miss from Pettit to strike out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th now, with McLavick on second in scoring position.
Second baseman number 31, Ross Chris.
Top of the batting order for Sheboygan, Ross Chris, the second baseman. Gutchow is on the mound and now delivers a pitch. They foul back. Now, 0-1's here in the count after the ticked foul ball back. Shane Ryan is on deck, and then Harry Seltz in the hole for this inning. Breaking ball goes low for ball 1. Counts even at 1-1. 2 outs here, bottom of the 7th. Sheboygan still leads at 5-1. 74 degrees. It's been getting a little bit warmer, but still no wind. McLavick has a little bit of a lead and pitch inside for ball 2. Only runner is on second. No one's on third or first. And Gutchow gets set. Looks back at McLavick. High pitch for ball 3. I think at this point, I think it's 100% sure that CJ is going to be beating me up after this game is done. Thought it was going fast in the first half, but then they got us in the second half. And this one is popped out foul, excuse me, into that one just slipped. Well, we slipped here and there. And that ball goes into the woods of no return. Counts full at 3-2 here with 2 outs. Runner second, and McLavick is going no matter what. And back he goes to second after a foul ball by Chris. He cut it off early. There comes a pitch, and this one's a line drive in. Ooh. And he may have not caught it, but Still makes a play after it drops and bounces off his face. Sheboygan, top of the 8th, coming up now. Mike will be doing the rest of the innings. Sheboygan 5, Greater Green Bay 1.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my
I
life.
could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always
My
have...
back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And...
Please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
We're back at Wildwood Baseball Park getting ready to start the 8th inning with Sheboygan on top 5-1. Reclitus' night is done. Coming into pitch is Ryan Fields. Ryan is making his first appearance of the season for Sheboygan. He did not appear as a pitcher last year. A fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Tyler Bloom is a leadoff hitter playing center field. Tyler is 0 for 3 on the night. I'll give you Reclitus' totals. Just missed behind his back. Reclitus went 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 11. No home runs allowed. He did throw 93 pitches. 94 pitches. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Another ball. This has been the bugaboo with Sheboygan. You get guys like Reinflish and Schmitz and Reclitus. You're good for about 6-7 innings, and then you got to turn it over to the bullpen, and they haven't always been as efficient as you'd like a leadoff walk to start the 8th inning. That brings up Jacob Landowski, Jonah Landowski.
Right fielder, number 4, Jonah Landowski.
Landowski is 0 for 2 with a walk. Reclitus did his job, held Greater Green Bay to just 1 run. His 11 strikeouts were impressive tonight. Yeah, I told you wrong before. Has 24 strikeouts on the season, leads the ball club, and he's done that with only 2 starts. Count is even at 1-1. While Matt was taking care of the announcing chores, I was looking up some information out of the current Wisconsin State League yearbook. The pitch gets past Shane Ryan for a pass ball, allows the runner Bloom to move to second. And we talked a little bit about the Green Bay Blue Ribbons, one of the original Green Bay teams, and how awesome they were. Sheboygan was only 33 and 93 against the Blue Ribbons, and they, in their time, that was back in the day, they won 11 championships outright and tied for a 12th. So in the record book, it has it down as 11.5, but you get the picture. They were a very strong club, won the state league frequently. Sheboygan, however, against the swing and a miss, makes the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th with a runner on. Against the De Pere Dodgers and the Greater Green Bay team, Milwaukee has fared much better. They are 18 and 7. Looking to up that to 19 wins tonight. And a strikeout for Fields. And I think if we update that to this season, it's actually 18 and 8. Sheboygan lost to Greater Green Bay, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, 12-11 up in Green Bay. Jimmy Waller pinch hitting for Fraser. First pitch is high. Waller in there for his first trip, follows it straight back. Hey, Bill, how did you know it was Waller versus the other 2 48s? On my roster, there's 3 different 48s. It's like the printer had a what's up there? Ziegergast, and there's no first or last name. Isn't it German? 1 ball and 2 strikes to Waller. Yeah, whatever happens, happens. Soft line drive is foul out of play. Oh. That's right. Waller had position listed. He's the only complete 48th on the roster. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the 8th inning. Sheboygan up 5-1. Pitch evens the count 2-2. Crowd is thinned out dramatically. Probably down to about 150 from over 300. Yeah, right. Pop up very high on the infield. Neese calling for it and makes the easy catch. Jaden Adrian's scheduled to hit. He's still up there, still in the ball game. Adrian's has had a really tough night. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, but those were all against Reclitis. See what Ryan Fields can do with him. Line drive to deep left, racing back is Warner. He's not going to get that. It's out of here, a home run. And all of a sudden, it's 5-3. It's a good thing Sheboygan got a run in the bottom of the 7th. They still have a 2-run cushion, but it's getting a little more interesting now. You know, I think the whole Greater Green Bay team was happy to see Reclitis leave, but not nearly as much as Adrian's was. Brings up Trent Van Ness. First pitch is in for a strike. Boy, that was a shock, actually. It looked like Fields was getting his sea legs, throwing strikes and getting pop-ups, and all of a sudden a home run and now a single besides that. And the tying run is coming to the plate in Jeremy LaFoon, the catcher. A lot of size up here in the press box. We want the 3rd out of the 8th inning. Good stop by Shane Ryan. Keeps the runner Van Ness at first. LaFoon is 0 for 3, but he's hit the ball every time up. Put a lid on it over there. Matt did. I know. We're trying to deal with it down here. Pitch just outside. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Sheboygan's been in the lead. They scored 4 runs in the 5th. Green Bay came right back in the 6th inning to score a run. Sheboygan added to their lead in the bottom of the 7th. At that point, it was 5-1, and now Green Bay has come up with 2 runs so far here in the top of the 8th, and we stand at 5-3 Sheboygan. And it's definitely interesting, maybe too interesting. Ground ball into right field is a base hit. Van Ness is going to hold at second, but it's another base hit. That's 3 straight hits off a field. And that brings up the first baseman, Jacob Lacey. Tim Moyer coming out to talk to Ryan Fields. And he's going to come in with a relief pitcher. Matt, why don't you take us to a break, and we'll find out who that relief pitcher is, and we'll talk about him.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly...
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
In my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
every single time I.
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always
My
have.
back, my back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen, you hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Coming into pitch for Sheboygan is Brad Reinflesh. This will be his third appearance, his first in relief. So far this season, he has an ERA of 3.75, has an 0-1 record. He's pitched 12 innings and recorded 16 strikeouts. We're in the top of the eighth. There are 2 outs. Tying run is on base. The lead run, Lacey, is at the plate. And Tim Moyer, the A's manager, is bringing in the best he has on the bench to try and get this game. This game against Greater Green Bay counts in the Northeastern Wisconsin League and the Wisconsin State League. So you want to get this one. Count is even, and Jacob Lacey is up. Lacey is 1 for 3. Ryan Fields went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits. He's given up 2 runs so far, and he's responsible for the 2 runners on base. Ryan walked 1, struck out 1, and did allow that home run to Adrian's. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Like Matt said here, you just need 1 more strike. Reinflesh set and delivers. Line drive out to right. Coming in hard is Andreas. He dives for it. Can't make the play. And another run is in. Van Ness scores from second. LaFoon, who was on at first, goes all the way to third. And Greater Green Bay is rallying, to say the least, in the 8th inning. 3 runs in so far. Griffin Summers is up. Summers is 1 for 2 with a walk, and he scored a run. A very fast runner. Swing and a miss. Just out of the reach of Jacoby. Made a great attempt at it, but just couldn't come up with it. Just when Greater Green Bay looked dead in the water, they've rallied in the 8th. They've gotten 3 runs so far and pulled to within a run of Sheboygan. It's now 5-4. Rindfleisch trying to get out of this mess. There's a strike. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. One thing you would think with that second strike, it would take the bunt away from Summers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that ends the 8th inning finally, but not before. Greater Green Bay comes up with 3 runs heading into the bottom of the 8th. Sheboygan still leads it 5-4.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly...
Awesome. Great.
Just looking at results for Sheboygan over the last several games, and they've been in a bad spot. They've only won 2 of the last 7 games, lost 3 out of 4 to Joliet, and lost a couple of tough ones up at Green Bay and then against West Allis. Hopefully they can come up with a win here at home. Shane Ryan is leading off the 8th inning. Gutchow still on the mound for Greater Green Bay. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. There's a fly ball to deep center field, but racing back is the center fielder and making the catch. Bloom, just a long out. That brings up Harry Stelt.
First baseman number 19, Harry Snell.
Since Gutchow came in, he's retired all 3 A's hitters. Harry had a good rip, but fouled it straight back. 5-4, Sheboygan on top. You got to think Rindfleisch will stay in the ball game and hopefully finish it out in the 9th. Harry hits a fly ball out to right. Coming over and making the easy catch was Landowski. And that brings up Jacob Neese.
Third baseman number 17, Jacob Neese.
Neese takes that first pitch up high. For Greater Green Bay in the bottom of the 9th, or the top of the 9th, they'll have the number 9 hitter, Robinson, and then they go back to the top of the order, Bloom and Landowski. Jacob checks his swing, but umpire DeGroot says he went around too far. That makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball's in the dirt. In the ball game, Green Bay has 4 runs, 7 hits, and 4 errors. Sheboygan 5 runs, only 4 hits, and 1 error. And in all honesty, if it wouldn't have been for the Green Bay error, Sheboygan would not have many runs tonight. 4 of the 5 are unearned. Bouncing ball to third. Good pickup on a funny hop by the third baseman, Waller, and he makes the play, and that ends the inning for Sheboygan. As we head to the top of the ninth, the A's lead it 5-4.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And...
Please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Brad Reinflesh on the mound to close it out. Sheboygan on top 5-4. It was a little more comfortable prior to that top of the eighth. But we're at a 5-4 lead for Sheboygan, and their leadoff hitter in the ninth is going to be the number 9 man, Noah Robinson. Robinson is 1 for 3. He doubled to left, drove in Summers for Green Bay's first run of the night. Reinflesh on the hill for Sheboygan. And Robinson had a good rip at that first pitch, but fouled it back. Bouncing ball to Stelt at first. He's got it on and taps on the bag for the unassisted putout, and a good start to the ninth for Sheboygan. Our next live stream broadcasts will be on Saturday when at 11 a.m. in the morning, Sheboygan plays Kenosha. And then again on Saturday, but at 5 p.m. or so, Sheboygan plays Addison. Those will be our next broadcast live stream. We'll also live stream the Lombard game on Sunday. That's scheduled to start at 3 o'clock. Keep in mind all these times for the weekend challenge are subject to change simply because of the length of games prior to the one that's going to be played. About the only game that'll start on time for sure is that 11 o'clock game on Saturday. A's play Kenosha. It's a state league event. That 2-0 pitch is in for a strike. Now makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. We're in the top of the ninth. Sheboygan on top 5-4. Reinflesh is on the hill for Sheboygan trying to close it out. Oh! Ball hit off the bat. Thank goodness. Otherwise, that might have hit the batter, Bloom, right in the face. I mean, that was up and in, to say the least. Thank goodness everybody's okay. a break for Sheboygan because that foul ball even the count at 2-2. Three and two pitch coming up now from Brad Reinflesch. And he gets the outside corner for a called strike three. That's out number 2 in the 9th inning. One more to go. It's going to bring up Jonah Landowski.
Right fielder, number 4, Jonah Landowski.
Landowski is 0 for 3 with a walk. Swing and a miss. Landowski looked a little late on that fastball from Reinflesch. One more out and Sheboygan will have a win. And Brad Reinflesch one pitch away from closing it out. Strike 3. Reinflesch closes it out and Sheboygan wins 5-4. For Sheboygan, 5 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. For Green Bay, 4 runs, 7 hits, and 4 errors. Losing pitcher is Alec Danant, the starter for Green Bay. The winning pitcher is Jared Recklitis, and the save goes to Brad Reinflesch. Our next ball game, like I mentioned, will be on Saturday, 11 o'clock, when Sheboygan plays Kenosha. With that, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.